A little more on this and the media outrage. Let's bring in our political panel. Jessica Tarlov, head of research at Bustle.com, and Ashley Hayek, Republican strategist at Golden State Consultants. Ladies, good Sunday to you.
Good Sunday to you. Right.
Ashley, starting with you on this, is the media outrage over this a little rich in the sense that there wasn't a lot of outrage when Eric Holder asked for the resignation of a number of Bush appointees back in 2009?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. They're political appointees. It's no different than a CEO coming in and deciding, you know what, I want a different management team for my company. It's the exact same thing. I think it's getting blown completely out of proportion.
Jessica, I would assume that you would agree that President Trump at least has the right to ask for the resignation of these folks.
Oh, absolutely. I think the way that he went about it is a bit odd. I don't think these former presidents met with these U.S. attorneys months before and asked them to stay on and then suddenly woke up one day and said, actually, you should be out, and in like 5 minutes, with basically no warning. Obviously, Bahara took it pretty far, tweeting saying that he refused to resign and that he ended up having to be fired. But it is standard practice in this way. I mean, Bahara, though, has a very strong reputation, quite positive, with Republicans and Democrats as an independent prosecutor. We heard a little bit about that in the reporter hit right before this. So this was someone where it kind of made sense that he would get to stay on. But obviously, this is within the president's right to do it. I think the timing is just a little strange. And obviously, the Trump Tower is within his district, and he's looked into things like Russian money laundering, for instance, and he's obviously gone after a lot of Wall Street types, as well as politicians.
Ashley, does this open up the Trump administration to claims, as Jessica just pointed out, and Democrats are making hay of, that somehow this was a political move by the president to specifically take out this prosecutor that may have been investigating things that were uncomfortable for the administration?
No, I think it's, this is just kind of feeding, it gives the Democrats more of that conspiracy theory, far outlandish. He's an executive. One of the things I think we have a problem with is these political appointees are starting to feel entitled. It used to be honorable where you would take the job, and then when your time was up or there was a new administration, you step down when you're asked to resign. The entitlement has gone way too far, and the president is by all means within his rights, and he should have done the right thing and stepped down when he was asked.
But Ashley, I would just ask, obviously he's within his rights, and no one's refuting that on either side of the aisle, but why do you think that in November he said that he wanted Preet Bharara to stay, and then suddenly on Friday he decided that he didn't?
Management absolutely has the right to change their minds, but the political entitlement has gone too far.
Why do you think he changed his mind? Why do you think he changed his mind? I think we can go all day with conspiracy
theories. I think that he changed his mind because he wants a new team, and I think that that's absolutely within his jurisdiction. I think this entitlement mentality that a lot of these political appointees has gone too far.
Fair to say there's probably a lot we don't know in terms of in terms of his interactions with the Justice Department, his interactions with the new Attorney General. We did find this that is perhaps a rich bit of history for this, which was a letter from Janet Reno, then Attorney General under then President Clinton in 1993, to then U.S. Attorney Jeff Sessions, now the Attorney General, asking him to resign once President Clinton took office. Mr. Sessions at the time was a President H.W. Bush appointee, so there's history at least. Moving on to the other big story, sort of making hay coming into Monday, is what Kristen Fisher talked about at the beginning of the show. The issue of the House Intelligence Committee sending a letter to the White House, a bipartisan letter from the chairman and the ranking member, essentially saying put up or shut up when it comes to the wiretapping accusations by the president. Ashley, what's the next move from the White House? Do they simply say we don't have anything? Do they make the committee go find it on their own? Do they turn over something if they have it?
I think this is a brilliant move by President Trump and the administration for 3 reasons. Number one, it shifted the conversation. For so long, we've heard about Russia being the headline, and now it's going to be the subheadline because we're going to start talking about wiretapping. Number two, it's probably happening. The Obama administration overstepped with the Associated Press and Fox News reporter James Rosen, so we know that wiretapping is already an issue, and at its basic definition happens all the time. And number three, it puts the intelligence community on notice. So the Republican committees are going to have to start investigating the intelligence community, and I think it really gave him a lot of power in this position.
Jesse, last word.
last word is I don't know how you gain power by potentially lying about something that serious that you have people on both sides of the aisle
I don't see how he's lying when Obama has proven to do it time and again. And is an executive order in January.
Are you actually alleging, Ashley, you're saying right now that President Obama wiretapped the president without any evidence that you've seen? No one's seen it.
I'm saying that in January, before President Obama left office, he had an executive order that basically gave the intelligence community all information of American citizens without their personal information being redacted, and that in itself is wiretapping.
All right, we'll leave it there. We'll see what comes from the executive branch in an answer to the letter tomorrow. Jesse, Ashley, have a great rest of the day.